Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel where we talk about skincare, grooming, and sometimes hair, so that sounds like your thing. Make sure you are subscribed. Also, come and follow me on Instagram where I post a lot of stuff you're not going to see here on YouTube. Today I want to share more products that have really changed my skin forever, and that's the good and the bad. Mainly good, we're going to keep it relatively positive. These are products that have either changed the way I do my routine, changed the way I look at certain ingredients, and products that I just cannot now live without. And I have to say, I'm really sorry about the lighting changes. A few of you have mentioned it, but I film with natural lighting and it's like cloudy, but also sunny. And I don't know, I'm sorry. So let's just get into it. And let's start with the Klairs Midnight Blue Calming Cream. I actually don't use this product that often because for me, it serves one very, very particular purpose. So whenever I do, I've mentioned this before, but whenever I do any type of hair removal, whether it's plucking or tweezing, threading my eyebrows, shaving those little annoying hairs on my cheeks, my skin goes red and itchy and gets very, very irritated. Even when I take necessary precautions like hot towel on the face, softening the hairs, nothing ever changed until this product came along. This product did such a good job at actually calming down some sun damage I had earlier on in the year. For the 2 seconds I was out in the sun, I got some little red bits on my cheeks. It did such a good job at calming down that redness and that kind of soreness. It soothed my skin instantly that I thought this might work on my eyebrows and on any kind of areas of itchiness or irritation. So I gave this a go. Once I plucked my eyebrows and had a little shave, I just applied this kind of generously in those irritated and itchy areas, and my skin was instantly soothed. And I do mean instantly. It was cooled down. It didn't feel itchy. I didn't want to scratch at it. So now any areas of irritation, this goes straight on. So I apply this on the irritated areas quite generously, not a thick layer, but enough that you can kind of see it sitting on your skin. I'd leave it for about 20 minutes to half an hour. And because my skin was saved from any irritation or redness, I wasn't then left with the usual 2 to 3 days of redness around my eyebrows. This is due to the YESSTYLE, I think you pronounce it, which is an extract from chamomile oil. And this also contains centella, so both known for their soothing properties and ability to calm irritation. I do not know what's going on with the light today. Oh my god. This does have some hydrating and moisturizing properties, but for me, this doesn't make an amazing moisturizer, especially when applied all over the face. I feel like this is more of a caring for a particular area kind of cream, if that makes sense. So sun damage, irritation, and itchy spot, this goes straight on top. So yeah, this changed my skin for the better because I no longer have to see that damaged, irritated skin after hair removal. The next one is Keihls Midnight Recovery Eye Cream. This product is actually a great example of how unnecessary an eye cream can be. And there was actually a point many, many years ago that I really liked this eye cream and I would use it every day. I'm not sure that I liked it, but I more liked the idea of what it said it could do. Until I started to get that weird small chicken skin under my eye and my under eyes became very reactive and very, very irritated. And I swear I was actually getting more puffier under the eyes than I actually was before I started using the eye cream. And that's because this is basically a thick aromatherapy oil cream. You have lavender essential oil, rosemary leaf oil, and evening primrose oil. And it just gives it that awful, I made this in my kitchen, we are 100% natural kind of smell. You know the smell. The natural is better kind of smell. It was an odd mix of initially too heavy, but then also not moisturizing enough. And it just kind of vanished under the eyes and not in a good kind of this rubs in well kind of way. The eye cream also promises the reduction of dark circles, which, let's be honest, we all know eye creams can't do this, especially when you look at the ingredients that this particular eye cream has in it. There's nothing in it that's going to do that. And you see a lot of reviews on their website and other websites saying this product did nothing for me, it didn't reduce my dark circles, and it's well, yeah, it's not going to. And because of this product, I realized that eye creams in general weren't really necessary, really. Well, more that they weren't for me. And instead, I just use my moisturizer. I use very light moisturizers and they always seem to work very well as an eye cream under my eyes. They're not too heavy, they're not irritating. They don't dry out or overly moisturize. I do, however, use a couple of eye creams now. The Dear Klairs Awakening eye cream and the Belief Aqua Bomb one, only because I like the instant look that these give my skin. They're just super light creams that make me look more awake. They give a shine under the eye. But yes, I no longer expect miracles from eye creams anymore because this Keihls eye cream really opened me up to how unnecessary for me eye creams really are. The next product that changed my skin forever is the COSRX Aloe Soothing Sun Cream. COSRX always seems to be in these videos. I do feel like they are a really good like starter, introductory K-beauty brand. And whilst they do have a huge selection of products, I feel like they're all kind of necessary. Like there's something for everyone. It was actually their Aloe Soothing Sun Cream that introduced me to the world of Korean sunscreens. A literal life-changing moment, and I'm not exaggerating. I always hated every sunscreen I've ever used, from Nivea, La Roche-Posay, Hawaiian Tropic, Pizbuin, and I swear their facial sunscreens are just repackaged body sunscreens. Like, they were all awful. And as someone with oily skin, these sunscreens would drip off my face, fall into my eye, leave a white cast on my skin. I still used it, but I hated it. And then I ordered the COSRX Aloe sunscreen, and it just felt, I remember the first time I used it, I was so confused because I thought I got it wrong and I didn't order a sunscreen because it was so light and soft and it just felt like a light moisturizer. There was no sunscreen smell, there was no burning, there was no stinging on the eyes, there was no white cast. My skin wasn't excessively oily, it sat perfectly on the skin, and I love this. And obviously from here I tried more Korean sunscreens. I then discovered some really good Japanese sunscreens, and I'm still finding better and lighter formulas. I've got sunscreen that literally feels like water on the skin, you cannot feel it. Looking back now at the COSRX one, it's maybe a little bit too heavy for me, but at the time, it was the lightest sunscreen I've ever used, and I still will use this in winter sometimes and just not use a moisturizer. In comparison to what we have available here in the UK, it was incredible. It was actually life-changing because it made it a pleasure to wear sunscreen every single day. And this changed my skin because I now religiously use sunscreen every single day. And you do see a difference in your skin when you apply sunscreen every day. This is my only anti-aging product that I own, that I'll ever own. I get so many comments when I talk about sunscreen of people saying that they just can't use it every day. And when I ask what sunscreen they're using, they're like, oh, Nivea. And I'm like, please, I know I go on about all the time, but try a Korean or Japanese sunscreen. You will not regret it. I've got a whole video about my favorite sunscreens coming up this week, so keep an eye out for that for every skin type. But never, never, never will I be using a Western sunscreen again. Let's talk about The Ordinary's hyaluronic acid. This unfortunately isn't as positive as you think it might be. I've talked about hyaluronic acid a lot on this channel. I love hyaluronic acid. I love the way it makes my skin look plump. I love the way it kind of saved me from dehydration. What I don't love is the possible irritation that it's causing to my skin. This is something I'm going to be talking a lot more about. My skin has been so red recently, and I mention it all the time. Like, I would get flushed cheeks, like pretty instantly after my skincare routine. I put it down to my rosacea. And whilst trying to narrow down what my skin reacts to rosacea-wise, I literally narrowed my skincare routine down to water and hyaluronic acid, and my skin was still reacting. And I do have rosacea, but looking back at pictures, I've always had it. I've always had that redness on my cheeks. I was looking at pictures of myself 10 years ago, and I had that slight redness on my cheeks. I was looking back at videos, it was still there. So why recently, well, within the last 6 months, has it been so bad? My nose has been red as well. So after months of narrowing down my routine and thinking it could possibly be hyaluronic acid that is causing this irritation, I posted something on Instagram asking if we know. I know that lower molecular weight could possibly irritate the skin. So I posted an Instagram story asking if people know exactly guaranteed if hyaluronic acid can irritate your skin. So many people directed me to an article that I'll link down below, all about inflammation and irritation caused by hyaluronic acid. This was an article by Parasad Khan Ethi, I think that's how you pronounced it, but she spoke to a licensed esthetician and cosmetic formulator, Mary Shook, who I'm actually currently talking to on Instagram all about this, and she's had clients with the exact same reaction to hyaluronic acid. A lot of people have told me you could be having this reaction because you need to use an occlusive moisturizer on top of hyaluronic acid. I know this. I know all about retaining the moisture when you use the hyaluronic acid. So for me, this really came down to an irritation thing. So Mary has actually asked me not to use hyaluronic acid for a week, and so far it's been 3 days in, and I'm not as red. I'm really not as red. After my routine, every product I used had hyaluronic acid in. Not my cleanser, but my toner, essence, serum, moisturizer, even sunscreen had hyaluronic acid in. So I've had to cut that all out. I've not been using hyaluronic acid for 5 days now, and my skin does not look as red as it used to be. I'll put some pictures up if I can. My barrier still needs repairing because that's still fucked, and I'm working on that. But honestly, the sheer lack of redness on my skin after I finish my skincare routine, just from dropping hyaluronic acid, has been surprising. I'm disappointed because I love hyaluronic acid, and it means I probably won't be able to use quite a few of my products anymore. But I'm going to talk about this more. I'm going to dedicate a whole video to this because I think the studies aren't there, or they're coming. So it's about patience and waiting for this, but it's unfortunate. I think hyaluronic acid may have changed my skin by making it red and irritated. That's hyaluronic acid, hydrolyzed sodium hyaluronate, and sodium hyaluronate. So we'll see. More on that coming soon, hopefully. So there we go. They are a few more products that have changed my skin for the best and for the worst. Please let me know yours down below. Tell me one good and one bad. Leave that in the comments down below. But that is it from me now, guys. I will see you next time.